Develop a fortune, state of mind, state of mind. It's time for a date with, time for a date with the Dorseys.
Hello, 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 and welcome to A Date with the Dorseys, where we are going to be serving you a dose of the Dorseys. What does that really mean? It truly means inspiration, right? A dose of inspiration, a dose of encouragement, and a dose of transformation, which really means getting into action beyond that inspiration and motivation. What are you really doing to implement in your life? And just before we jump into it, I am, just in case you do not know, I'm Dr. Jatan Dorsey, and I'm here with my husband,
Floyd Dorsey.
Hence the date with the Dorseys, right?
Yes.
But again, we wanted to come to you and give you some inspiration to get your week started, your work week. I know we are freshly into the month of October, which begins the fourth quarter of the year, which means we're closing out yet another year. So we want to make sure that you are geared up and ready to close out the year with a bang.
Close it out with a bang. And this is the most exciting time, especially for me, being a former athlete. I still consider myself an athlete in some ways, but being a former football player, I really think about the fourth quarter as one of the most pivotal points of a game, a year, or any season. So it's important, since we are in football season, I'll use some thoughts and analogies for my sports fans that are out there that hopefully they'll give you a good analogy to carry or drive home my point, to carry you through the end of this year.
Okay.
So it's four things, if I may.
We may need a translation for those who are not so much football fans, right?
Maybe.
Okay.
But I'll keep it simple, and I'll do my best to keep it very easy. So one thing, going into the fourth quarter, one of the first things you need to do is understand the score. By the score is, what's the score of the game? What's the score of the year? You set goals out early in this year, and you had plans. You were very ambitious, and you went after them with so much passion and drive. However, we get into the fourth quarter, we need to understand what's the scoreboard saying. If you've been keeping track, as my wife and I would both advise you to do, keep tracks on your goals, you will understand if you're ahead or if you're behind.
Okay.
Either way it go, you need to know the score, especially going into the fourth quarter.
Absolutely.
If you want to win, right?
Okay, I got you.
So the next thing, after you understand the score, you have to assess what occurred in the three prior quarters. Right? You want to make an assessment. What happened? What went well? What did the opposition do to deter me from achieving my goals? And now what do I have to do to overcome the opposition so that I am successful?
Okay.
So now you're really doing this assessment. Anything you want to add to that before we go to the next one?
I mean, that's good. It's good how you're bringing in and tying this into, they're both quarters in essence, right?
That's it.
And you're tying it to a sport, which I know can be more of a layman's terms for some folks, but others maybe not so much. But you explain it so well, it's very clear.
Right.
It's very clear. Okay.
Well, I'm glad that it is. So you do have oppositions regardless. Maybe sometimes it's even your own self. Mm-hmm. I know that in the game of football, you can get in your own way. You can make mistakes. You can make errors, poor decisions, whatever it may be. It may be just different life changes or challenges. However, you have to assess what are the things that's gone well, what are the things that's not gone so well. After you make that assessment and you're clear on those things, now you have to create your plan. What am I going to do in this last quarter to put me in the best position to win? Now, with that being said, you did all the homework on all the analytics or analysis when you did the assessment. So you pick out of the things from your assessment what went well. Do those things. You understand what the opposition did to slow you down. So you want to put up a defense or some way to mitigate or overcome those challenges. That's your plan. Very simple.
Okay.
And then the last thing, number 4, is to go out and execute, which is the most exciting part of any game or in this life closing out this year. Execution. I can't stress that anymore. You did the assessment. You have the plan. You understand what the score is. Now go out and deliver and execute.
Wow. So know the score is the first step, right?
You have to know the score.
Know the score. Wow. So that means really assess where you are.
That's number 2.
Right? So knowing where you are, you then are better able to assess your score and see where it is that you measure up to your goal.
Absolutely.
Whether it be time, whether it be the milestones or the task, whatever that is. Right? And then you said 3 was...
Number 3 was create your plan.
Create your plans.
Your game plan.
So now that you know exactly what it is that your score is, you've done the assessment, get your game plan.
Get your game plan together.
And after you plan, you got to work the plan.
You have to execute. You have to execute.
Create the plan and work the plan. So execution is very important in the fourth quarter.
In the fourth quarter.
Right. And I know that, when we think about fourth quarter, when it comes to the year, when we talk about fourth quarter, hopefully you've already been executing all the way up until. But we just want to make sure that you're clear about your score and where it is that you want to be at the end of the year, at the end of that quarter, that fourth quarter, right? As you close it out.
Ultimately, you want to be 1 point ahead of the opposition, meaning you want to achieve your goals. And there are going to be challenges that are going to come in your way, but you want to be ahead regardless. You want to achieve your goal. But one of the most important parts, I know we said 4, but I always want to give you a bonus, is celebrate, right? Celebrate.
Don't celebrate too early when the other team can make a touchdown, all right?
No, you don't want to do it too soon. There you go. You don't want to do it too soon, but you want to think through what you're going through as if you're going to win.
Yeah.
So that you have that air of confidence and belief, and it translates into your actions while you're executing. And then at the very end, when it's done, maybe New Year's Eve, right? Mm-hmm. We want to have a big celebration and celebrate because it is an amazing accomplishment, a milestone achievement to close out this year.
Absolutely. And then just to close even all of that out, I want to make sure that it's important to rinse and repeat. So just because we went through these 4 plus 5, the 5th being a bonus steps, it's important that you continue to create a cycle of those steps so that you're always progressing towards those goals and implementing those steps to be successful at whatever it is that your goals are for the year.
That's it.
That's it. Well, awesome. That has been your date with the Dorseys, your date with the Dorseys, and your dose of the Dorseys for today. So I hope this has been some portion of inspiration for you. And if not, I think you need to press replay, right?
That's it.
You must have missed something. But share this, listen to this, and we hope to be back with you very soon. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Bye.
Develop a fortune state of mind, state of mind. It's time for a date with the Dorseys.